I guess ultimately I think he's already there. But if you had to throw somebody else, let's see.
Jada.
Yeah. If he had a Jada, dude, then I'd honestly go and beat his ass myself, to be honest.
It's the Lame Guys Podcast.
Dude, so big news of the week for WWE. WrestleMania is no longer going to be in New Orleans next year.
That's
What the
insane.
what the heck? Like, we've never seen anything like this happen before. And I know, like, maybe in the grand scheme of things it's not that big a deal, but it is a big deal because, like, it just goes to show, there's already been rumblings and there's already been people talking about how, you can tell a difference with TKO and prices are going up on everything and it's all about the money now. Whereas you can say whatever you want about Vince McMahon, but Vince was all about WWE. So now they move WrestleMania from New Orleans and supposedly it's going to be in Las Vegas again.
That's absolutely insane. They did this whole press run about it. They had The Rock come out, announce it, it's coming back to New Orleans and yada, 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 just for this announcement to hit and shake up the wrestling world or the WWE world.
I mean, I was genuinely surprised. I was genuinely surprised, and don't get me wrong, I didn't want it to be New Orleans. Like, I feel like New Orleans has had quite a few WrestleManias actually, but I just feel like, I don't know, man. I just feel like now it's a domino effect, and if you do it one time, then who's to say they won't do it again? Like, can you imagine? Can you imagine this? Now, I don't know if they'd pull it from Dallas, but let's say let's say they announced WrestleMania for next year for Dallas. Can you imagine how pissed we would be?
Bro, that'd
How
be so
pissed off
good.
we would be.
Hey, just for
Dude,
them to announce, don't worry, Dallas, you'll get Money in the Bank.
you'll
Get the
get Money in
fuck
the
out of here,
Bank.
bro. Ain't
Yeah.
nobody want Money in the Bank in our shit,
I
bro.
don't know, man. I don't know. Dude. I think it's dangerous. It's a dangerous slope we're on. You can tell as time goes on and on and on that TKO is having like a bigger effect, right? Like it's having like it's starting to be more like a business, if that makes sense. Like more than not a wrestling business, if that makes sense. Like with Vince, it was straight wrestling. That was it. There was no brands. There was no, there was nothing else. And WWE is the hottest it's ever been. So, they start capitalizing on some of these things, some of these brand deals, some of these, putting ads on the rings now, doing behind the scenes Netflix shows and this and that. And, I mean, that's fine. But as we go on and on and on, it's starting to feel like it's just all about the money. And I don't know. I'm just worried that it's going to backfire because they're only moving to Las Vegas for the money. That's the case. And they feel like they can top this year's WrestleMania gate wise and number wise. So imagine what those ticket prices are going to be.
Absolutely insane.
Like dude, they're outpricing us. They're outpricing families that love to go watch wrestling. Like, I don't know. I think it's a dangerous slope. And I mean, ultimately, it doesn't really matter what I say because they're still selling out.
Yeah.
But still, nonetheless, I just think it's a dangerous game.
No, especially that video you sent with the coach talking about it and everything like that, saying these families that pay, they're paying the hard-earned money, to go to a event like that, and they're taking their kids and everything like that. I mean, after a while, it gets pricey. So now
Yeah.
you're just raising the price, and it's just like, damn, bro. Like, how are we supposed to go nowadays? Yeah, I do feel bad for New Orleans. Was I pissed that they got announced as the next one? Yes, because I'm selfish as hell and I want them to come back to Dallas or at least Texas, show up, and then we'll make the drive to
Right. Like
Houston if we need
Houston,
to.
San Antonio. Yeah.
We'll do it no matter what. But nonetheless, it sucks that New Orleans now has to settle and get Money in the Bank rather than having WrestleMania, because we'll just talk about the economic growth that it will bring to the city. Sucks now that they won't get that in Vegas. They don't need it. But they know damn
No.
well that's where the money's at.
It's
Take
all about the money,
TKO.
bro.
TKO really, really is trying to run this thing. And I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. After watching the video you sent, was it yesterday, day before, of Coach talking about everything, and then just really thinking about, wow, they really are going for the money. Tonight's Saturday night main event, in like, for some reason, maybe just because it was just in my head and it's recency bias, but in my head I thought, we did not need this. We did not need this at all.
Yeah.
This is just to sell tickets from.
Yeah. Well, it's starting to get to a point where everything is starting to just feel like a money grab. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like it's starting to feel like we have an event every 2 weeks because they're just capitalizing on the money. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I saw some people piss at Triple H, and I'm just like, bro, I don't think Triple H is involved in this. Like, this is beyond Triple H. This is like the board. This is like corporate. Like, this is the people that are bigger than Triple H. Like, Triple H is just creative. I don't think he ultimately has a say really in like where the events go and stuff like that. I'm sure he does have a little say, but I mean, if they come and tell Triple H, hey, we're moving this shit, I don't think he really has a choice. I don't know, dude. I just think it's changing. The game is changing for sure. Like, when Vince left, it changed for the better. And now I'm worried that it's changing for the worse because we've seen what happened with UFC. UFC even has outpriced your average family. Like it's mainly just celebs that go to UFC because it's so expensive.
Yeah.
It's so expensive. So I just think they're going that route. Like they're going that route, and it makes sense because they're conjoined, they're a joint company. But
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, dude. I just think it's a dangerous slope, and what worries me is more so just because it's like, I want to go to more WWE events. I want to do these things, but if they're so outpriced, it makes it difficult. It makes it difficult, and um, but then at the end of the day, we're saying all of this, but they're still selling out, right? So
Oh yeah,
like,
100%. At
I
the
don't
end of
know.
the
I
day, I
think I
mean,
think they're just gonna ride it till the wheels fall off. Really,
yeah, and then even with this, I'm not going to read the whole thing, obviously not. But even with this report talking about it, saying the strategy involves Las Vegas hosting WrestleMania, quote, on a regular basis, not necessarily every year, but frequently, potentially in the years where the city isn't hosting other major events like the Final Four or Super Bowl. That's insane, dude. That is
yeah,
absolutely insane.
I know.
And then they threw Money in the Bank to New Orleans along with, what is it, UFC 318. That's
Yeah,
their bargaining right there. Hey, we'll give you UFC, we'll give you Money in the Bank. You'll be straight. You'll be
yeah,
straight. You'll be straight.
yeah. I don't know. I mean, and this is different than the Minnesota thing, right? Because we also thought Minnesota it was going to be in Minnesota. The one it was the one that Vegas was going to be at, right? We thought it was going to be Minnesota at
Yep.
first. That was the
Yep. Yep.
rumblings, and then they ended up getting something else, or they're going to get something else in the future. This is different because it wasn't fully announced yet. This one was legit announced that it was New Orleans. People were already prepping. People were already getting stuff ready, prepared for next year in New Orleans,
Oh, me
and
and you would have already tried to start thinking about hotels and
right.
everything like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure there were people that have already booked their hotels,
Yep. Think
as
about
soon as they
people.
announced it.
Yep. People probably instantly put in requests for the jobs, start
Yeah,
looking at plane tickets and everything because people will just fly in. And now all these
yep,
motherfuckers, granted, it's still, next year nonetheless, but still that's preparation right there.
yeah. Well, WrestleMania is a big deal as well, so you have to prepare early.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, it worries me. I'm not gonna lie to you, and I'm not gonna lie to you. It worries me just because, especially with this whole Rock thing, and we've discussed it before with the Rock, especially like everything is starting to feel like a money grab,
Yep.
and it's not feeling important anymore. And like you said with the Saturday Night Main Event, like I thought it was okay, but it's like you're right. Do we really need it? I mean, no. It really just is to get people in seats and sell out an event since they're not doing live shows anymore. But yeah, man, I don't know. I think it's scary because we already start to see and feel that everything's a money grab, and now this fully shows that everything is a money grab. And they liked how much money they made from Las Vegas, and they don't feel like they can make that anywhere else from the smaller markets. So they're going to put WrestleMania in Las Vegas more often. And that's scary because say what you want about Vince. Vince was all about the fucking business, and seats were cheap. And your ass could go to a WrestleMania. Your ass could go to any PLE, and it wasn't that bad, right? It wasn't going to break your bank account. Now it's different.
I mean, I told you even, well, I don't know how many episodes ago, but even whenever, you know, I think it was the last time WWE came to Dallas. I mean, I tell you all the time that our seats for Drake, the 200 section, the platinum section, every single time me and Emily sit there, every single time we would try to go to a Raw and everything like that, 80, 80 to $95 every single time. This past time, two something, 215 and all this stuff. And I thought, God damn, bro. I mean, as much as I would have loved to go and see The Rock, but I mean,
Yeah.
paying 400 something bucks, and then whatever it's going to cost to park and then concession and merch and everything.
Yeah.
So, bro, they're going to spend $500 on a whole event. Like, get the hell out of here.
Well, no, and I mean, I think of it from a standpoint of like, dude, I think pretty much the amount of money that my both nights of WrestleMania 38 was the same for one Royal Rumble ticket. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that, if that puts it into perspective, like it's everything, and I get it, like inflation, everything's going up, right? I understand, but like WWE is just, it's just taking off a lot quicker, and the ticket, you can tell a difference, and but at the end of the day, I understand it's a business, and they're the hottest they've ever been right now, and we've said that multiple times, and so they're just, they're riding the wave, they're capitalizing.
Oh, yeah.
I just think yeah, I hate that they can do that to where they can decide, you know what? Actually, I'm going to pull this. Even though we've announced it, even though people have already booked shit, probably, we're going to pull this and just put it in Las Vegas.
And
Like, I just think I think
this
that's
is going to be the
annoying.
part, bro. Think about it. This is going to be the time where fans go, you know what? Fuck that, bro. Fuck that. We're going to hold off on tickets. We're going to hold off until they go cheaper, because no, hell no. We're going to make them lower than prices. It's absolutely ridiculous. Then they announce Rock and Roman, and everyone goes, "Oh shit, okay, I gotta go buy this shit. I gotta go buy this shit now." Then boom, they got everyone just like that.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. It's just, yeah. It's just, and like I said, I don't know if I was going to go to WrestleMania in New Orleans or not. But now I know for sure we're not going to the Las Vegas one. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Oh, bro,
Like now for
when they
sure.
announced New Orleans, well, I was already looking at you like,
Yeah.
it's not that far.
Yeah. No, now for sure. Now for sure. It's like, nah, like that. I just know, dude, if there's already talking about breaking this past WrestleMania's records, like in gate, imagine what the ticket prices are going to be like. Imagine what the hotel prices are going to be like around there. Like, yeah, it's just, we just not on that level yet.
Nah.
So it's just scary, dude. I just feel like it's scary. I'm
Yeah.
not going to lie, just
Hey,
because
once they lose green shirt guy, then bro, they really fucked up.
yeah,
He was there
yeah.
tonight,
Well, he
bro.
was there tonight. Yeah, he
But
was there
but
tonight.
once they lose him, bro,
Speaking of,
shit.
yeah, that's how you really know inflation's up. Speaking of, though, episode 81 of the Lame Guys Wrestling Podcast. I'm Mario.
I'm Vincent.
We had Saturday Night Main Event tonight. Like
Yeah.
you said, it
Yeah.
didn't really feel like we needed it, but we had it nonetheless. Thoughts and opinion on the show.
Thoughts and opinions on the show. I said a little bit earlier. Yeah, I mean, it was good. It was entertaining. I mean, it's wrestling at the end of the day. I love it. But it was quick. It was quick. Good,
It was quick. It was
good
only 2
2
hours.
hours. Good 2 hours. Nothing crazy. The last Saturday main event was
Hmm.
the same thing, and I think we said the same thing. Damn, bro, that was good. Done before 10. Not too
Hmm.
bad. But
Yeah.
uh, we didn't need it personally.
Yeah. I thought it was good. I wasn't watching it thinking we didn't need it. I kind of just look at it and I just kind of think like these are matches they didn't put on the PLEs, and so that's why they're putting them here. Um, you know, Backlash was great. That was the last PLE that we had, right? Backlash.
Mhm.
And this, I get it. This isn't a PLE, but this did feel like a really good episode of Raw,
Yeah,
if that
this
makes
felt like a
sense.
Raw
You know what
after
I mean?
Mania type shit.
Right. Like it just felt like a really good episode of Raw. And I guess at the end of the day, that's kind of what it's
Saturday
not
main
meant to
event
be a
is, yeah.
PLE. Yes, it's not a PLE. So so I'm not complaining. But I understand where you're coming from as far as like, did we really need this? No. But nonetheless, the crowd was lit, the crowd was involved,
Mhm.
like the crowd was there. I enjoyed the show. Like you said, it's wrestling. I love wrestling. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Do I look at this and be like, yeah, we really need it, or damn, I had a great time? No, because I think another thing you got to worry about is all of this going to become too common? Is all of this are we going to be used to all of this stuff? Saturday Night Main Event used to be, once every few months, once a year, once every few years,
Yeah, we already talking about the one
and
in July.
now, right? You know what I mean? So yeah, then you start to worry, like, does this get to? But at the end of the day, it's indifferent. I'm indifferent about it because then it's like I also want more wrestling.
Yeah.
I also want more. So you want to get into the show?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Yeah, you want to break down each match. So starting off the night, we had CM Punk, Sami Zayn versus Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
Braun Breaker, Seth Rollins get the dub because of a return from a certain somebody.
Yep.
And, you know, overall, before we get into the return, overall the match, I thought it was expected. Like that to me felt like a Raw tag team match, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, it was also solid because I mean, bro, you got 3 vets at this point and 1 rising star who's already established himself. So I mean, at the end of the day, I knew it was going to be a banger of a match. So it was pretty
Yeah.
damn entertaining and everything like that. Braun Breaker is just fucking a dude. He really is just a hella star, bro. I enjoy everything he does.
Yeah.
CM Punk, wasting no time, bro. The crowd was lit for his ass. It was great. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And then yes, the return at the end with Big Bronson Reed, bro, taking out Punk,
Mm-hmm.
um, becoming the 3rd member of
The third
Evolution.
member.
But
Yeah.
we're building that
I think that
evolution, boy.
fits, to be honest.
Yeah.
I feel like it fits, to be honest. We were all thinking like, who do we put? Well, you want to know? I thought of it like this. This whole time we've been thinking who's going to be the Randy Orton of the group, right? Who's going to be the next young up and coming talent? Which Braun Breaker already is that, but who's going to be the next young, like just like how Randy Orton was. He was
Mhm.
young, cocky, good looking. Like you could tell he had a huge future ahead of him. And Batista was more the muscle. So this whole time we were thinking Braun Breaker is the muscle. No, I think this whole time he's been our Randy Orton. He's been our Randy Orton of this group, and then Bronson Reed now is the Batista. He's the muscle of the group. So I thought that was good. I think it fits good, especially because Bronson Reed before he got hurt, dude, was having a phenomenal run.
He
Phenomenal run.
really was. He was getting over with the crowd, eliminating everyone left and
Yeah.
right. It was awesome.
Well, he had that whole shit with Seth Rollins, with
Yeah,
Braun
yeah, yeah.
Strowman. Then he got involved with the Bloodline for that stuff. So he was killing it, and so I love how they just threw him back into the fire, threw him back into the main event spotlight because that's where he was headed towards before he got hurt. So now you put him with Seth Rollins, you put him with Braun Breaker and Paul Heyman, dude. That's a nasty group. That's a nasty group. That's a
Oh, it's
scary group.
dominating. It's dominating, bro.
Yeah, that's a scary group. So, yeah, I mean, I think this whole time Braun Breaker has been our Randy Orton. We've actually been looking for our Batista, and it makes sense. I think it makes sense. I think it's good. I think it's going to be great. I hope that they give him a good, run as a faction, and I think they will. With Seth Rollins, Paul Heyman, like they can elevate anybody.
Yeah.
So, and we've already seen it with Seth Rollins and Bronson Reed as well. Like Seth Rollins did a really good job of elevating him and making him scary. So, yeah, I didn't. I knew this match was going to end in a funny way, like with some funny business. I just didn't expect Bronson Reed. I didn't think he was ready yet.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. But I mean, shit, established, bro. Good. Add him to the group.
Yeah.
I love it though.
No, yeah, and I didn't think he was ready. It's not that I didn't think he was ready from a standpoint of like, I just thought he was still hurt. Like I didn't know he was
Oh,
ready to
okay,
come
okay,
back.
okay.
So I knew he was ready for the main event. Yes, I knew that, but I didn't know. I thought he was still hurt. I thought he was going to be back later this year. So,
Yeah.
so that was a surprise to see him. So, that's great. Well, Roman's got to get involved somehow, some way. So we'll see how that happens.
Oh yeah.
Some people think Sami Zayn's going to turn heel. We'll see what happened with that. Personally, I don't really care to see him be in the faction, to be honest with you. But he does be looking at Jay weird sometimes, and he does look at Jay with for that at that title. So we'll see what happens. But ultimately, it went the way we thought. I did think Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker were going to get the W. They needed it more for sure.
Yes, I completely agree.
Yeah. So after that, we had Chelsea Green versus Zelina Vega.
But
Yeah, I mean, we wanted Chelsea to win, obviously, but we knew Zelina was going to win.
yeah, they
WWE, I
weren't.
think, is high on Zelina.
They really are, and they're
Yeah,
trying
they're
to push her,
trying.
bro.
Yes, they're trying. Whether the crowd reacts to her or not, they're trying to get her out there. They're trying to put her in these spots. Me personally, no disrespect, no offense. I'm not a big Zelina Vega guy. But, WWE said
She is our
something in her.
champion.
And I think Chelsea Green carried that match, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't have really much to say. That was kind of like the bathroom break match, to be
So,
honest.
do you think whenever she botched that 619, bro, do you think that guys in the back were just like, end it?
Yeah, I mean, no, I don't think so. I mean, people mess up all the time,
No,
right?
yeah.
I'm sure the fact that she's doing it on live TV, I'm sure she can
She
do it,
knows
right?
how to.
Like, I
No,
think
yeah,
she's even, yeah,
she's
I think
hit it
we've even
before.
seen her do it.
Yes.
But yes, it did look bad. It was a bad.
But
It
what's
was a
funny is
bad
because it's
botch.
just like they're trying to push it. They're trying to be like, no, she's our champion. Here's why she's our champion, because she's really good. And then this happens, and it's just like, bro, come on, man, we're trying to help you
Yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah,
but no,
yeah.
everyone makes
It
mistakes.
did.
Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes.
Right. Yeah, it did look bad, but I think WWE is like, everybody makes mistakes. It's fine.
And then, bro,
Um,
we were giving our girl a bloody nose, bro. What the
yeah, I saw that. I saw that. Yeah, Chelsea got some color, dude. Chelsea got some color.
bro?
Um,
And she's gonna play
yeah.
into that. She's
Ultimately,
gonna
though,
play into that next time we see her, bro. Oh,
Chelsea's great, bro.
yeah.
She's great. They announced officially Evolution, the
Yes.
PLE
Yep.
in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious who's all going to be on that, dude. I wonder how many
too.
matches you think.
Me too,
I
bro.
wonder how many matches they're going to try to have, because they're going to try to put a lot of females on there. Well,
I
I know
can't.
it's an all-female card,
I'm
but
gonna say I
I
can't
hope
wait,
they
bro.
have. I hope they have like at least 8 matches.
Bro, shit. Give us what we've been waiting for, bro. Give us Bianca and Rhea, bro. Singles match, bro.
That'd be fire.
Give us
That'd be
Jade and
fire.
Charlotte, bro. Fuck it. Give us Liv
Yeah,
and Alexa. Fuck
yeah,
it.
that'd be
Build
fire.
this up.
Yeah, and then the women that aren't in singles matches, put them in battle royal. Like I
Yeah.
think everybody should be involved. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
everybody should be involved somehow, some way. Even the NXT women, if they're not in a singles match, throw them in the fucking battle royal. I
Yeah.
don't know, maybe win some type of trophy or something, or a chance to fight a champion or something like that.
Yeah.
But they all need to be involved somehow, some way. Yeah, it's in
Agree.
Atlanta, dude. Dude, if it was in Dallas, I'd pull up for sure.
Oh, agree, bro. And then wait for them to do a meet and greet.
Yeah. And then they also announced something else with it, right?
Triple
An
A.
NXT show.
World Collide.
Well, the World Collide isn't. That's Money in the Bank.
Battleground.
No, they announced like American Bash, right, or something like that.
Oh, is it the Great American Bash?
Yeah, American Battleground's tomorrow.
Yeah, Sunday.
But then yes, they announced American Bash or something. I think it's NXT. Unless it's WWE.
They took it.
Yeah, they took. Yeah, I think they took it. I think there was 3 things going on that weekend though. I forget the third one. Nonetheless, I'm excited for that PLE. I know that we had been seeing on Twitter that it was going to happen, but they hadn't fully announced where it was going to be at.
They just need
So
to bring
now we
back-
know it's in Atlanta. It's this summer in July.
I was gonna say, bro. They,
Do you
how I
remember
just said, what you call it? They took Great American Bash, bro. Just bring back all the old ones, bro. Give me Judgment Day. Give me Armageddon.
Yeah, No
Give
Mercy.
me No Mercy, bro. I want all that shit.
Yeah. Well, NXT's kind of brought them back a little bit.
Yeah,
NXT had No Mercy.
that's true. They did. Yeah.
They're bringing Great American. They're
Give
bringing
me
American Bash now.
Unforgiven. You know, I'll take all of those, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Judgment Day used to go hard. Armageddon used to go hard because Armageddon always had like a Hell in a Cell or something along the lines of there. They had the 3 stages of hell with Shawn Michaels, Triple H. That was fire. Yeah, Armageddon used to be fire as fuck.
I had a couple of those DVDs. I used to love them.
I had the one with when Kane, Triple H, and Goldberg fought in a match.
I had the one
that
where
Armageddon.
it was it Armageddon? I think it was Armageddon with Kane and MVP in an Inferno match, and then it was Undertaker versus Mr. Kennedy. I think in a last ride match. I think that was the one.
Speaking of Mr. Kennedy, sorry, not to get off topic. Mr. Kennedy just went on Chris Van Vliet. Chris Van Vliet thinks he's the biggest what if in WWE history. Kind of.
I'm about to say, Mr. Kennedy, I mean, great on the mic.
They were going to push him hard, dude.
Yeah, great on the mic.
They were going to push him hard. He won the Money in the Bank briefcase, and they talk about that. I didn't know this, but he won the Money in the Bank briefcase, and they took it off him because they thought he tore his tricep. And so Stephanie called him and said he tore it. So that's why they had Edge take it off him, the briefcase. But then it was a misdiagnosis.
Oh, wow.
And it wasn't actually broke. It wasn't actually torn. And he was able to come back pretty soon. So so he talked about how MVP tells him you were a misdiagnosis away from becoming WWE champion. Because he was going to take it off Taker. That was the plan. Taker was hurt. He was going to take it. He was going to cash in on Taker and take it. But then, he got hurt, and they thought he tore his tricep.
That'd been pretty big, bro.
And
really big right there.
Yep. And then he got suspended for PEDs because that was the whole Chris Benoit thing. And then after that, he got fired, obviously, because some people were complaining about him. Like Randy Orton, I think, is a big one that complained about him. So Yeah, I mean, he kind of is a big what if because he was gonna be pushed very hard, but then yeah, that didn't happen. Sorry, we got off a little sidetrack there.
My bad, my bad.
Um, third match
Cena.
was Cena and R-Truth. What do you think about that? I thought it was gonna be a little bit more. I thought there was gonna be a little bit more to it,
Same,
to be
bro. I really
honest.
thought. I mean, even though I look, I wasn't going to expect no fucking, you know, banger of a match, but I thought it would have been a lot
Right.
more. I really did.
I didn't.
And I'm not gonna lie. As soon as I saw R-Truth come out in the full get up, oh my god, what a fucking legend for him doing that, coming out with the full, hustle, loyalty, respect, all this shit, get up with the Titan. Oh, it was awesome. I really thought to myself, bro, after seeing the hit him before the bell rang, I thought, bro, if he for real just hits his finisher and calls it, I'm gonna be so pissed right now. But it would have made sense if he did too. But no, they win a little bit, not too crazy.
Yeah. I thought, I didn't expect R-Truth to win, but I did think it was going to be a little bit more back and forth.
Yes.
I thought it was going to be trying to like spotlight R-Truth, like
Yes.
his
Yes.
wrestling
Me too.
ability, like give him a full on match. But no, yeah, it wasn't that. But nonetheless, I mean, he still got on with John Cena in a big, spotlight, live
Mhm.
TV.
Yep.
But I mean, if you really want to be honest with how the story would actually go, I mean, Cena would actually squash R-Truth. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
Like
true.
if you're going based off storyline, Cena would actually squash him. So that fit. But I did think it was going to be a little bit more. But yes, it was funny seeing R-Truth. It's great seeing him in that spot. Who knows if he ever gets another spot like that again? Just because he's towards the end of his career, but he still looks great. He still looks great in the ring.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I mean, yes, dude. And then when Cena didn't hit him with the title, I thought, oh, I was
Yeah.
like, what? But then he just kicked him in the nuts. So, Cena gets the dub there, and then we saw him talk to Jey Uso after. That's when I knew, okay, because we had seen on Twitter about this tag team match.
Yeah, it was already
I think
rumored and
originally,
everything like that.
it was like Cena, Logan, and Seth and Braun versus like Cody, uh, Jay,
Okay. Sammy.
Jimmy, and
Was it
Sammy,
Sammy?
right? Or
Yeah,
something.
right.
I thought Jimmy was involved in it somehow, some way, or also. So I thought it was gonna be a bigger tag team match, but yeah. So they plant the seeds for that, right? Cena was talking to him a little weird, to be honest. He was just talking to him just like a little, I don't know what he's
Yeah,
trying to like do
the
his
promo
heel
was weird with
character.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Nonetheless, we move into Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre. This was the best match on the card, in my opinion. Fire ass match, brutal match,
Fire.
physical match that
Yes.
we
Which
expected.
I about to say yes. We wouldn't expect anything less for them too, bro.
Yep. Damian Priest gets the dub there, which I'm not gonna lie, I kind of felt that was the path they were going because earlier this week I had seen on Twitter that Drew McIntyre was already working hurt, like he couldn't even turn. He said he couldn't even turn his neck
To
full.
the left and
His,
everything like that. Yeah.
yeah. So I whenever he did the concerto to him, I was like, yo, yeah. I was like, he's gonna be out for a while. Then I get on Twitter, send it to you. I send you the tweet.
Yep.
Drew McIntyre is supposed to be out indefinitely, so he's gonna take some time away. Rightfully so. I know he's been working hurt, so good for him. He deserves that time off. Damian Priest gets the dub, and he looks strong.
Yeah, bro.
Dude, he beats Drew clean, beats him clean, and
Yep.
walks out the cage.
Walks out, bro. Jesse didn't like it. Jesse, the body
Yeah.
Ventura, did not like it, bro.
It just he does have a point. Like a vicious, brutal match like the steel cage, and you're telling me you can just win by walking out. Like we hardly ever see people just walk out.
Yeah.
It's very rare. Like we see it sometimes with heels or something like that, but for the most part, people are climbing over or pin. For the most part, it's climbing over. But yeah, he does have a point, but
I
he
always
is
love
also
that.
playing the heel there.
I also love Jesse though. He's just always just brutally honest.
Yeah,
He's brutally honest. Hey, he
he's
calls it
great.
how he sees it, bro. I love it.
Yeah, Damian Priest though looks strong, gets a strong W on his resume.
Yep.
I'm curious what they do with him because I know they like him too, and he's good, dude. He's proven a lot of people wrong. He's proven a
100%,
lot
bro.
of people wrong, and he's proven to be main event talent. So I'm curious what they do with him. Because obviously you have Cody and Cena now, fighting for that title on SmackDown. So it's like, where do you put him? I guess maybe have him challenge Jacob Fatu, but Jacob Fatu's already planting the seeds of turning face. So
Yes.
You have that. You have that. I guess you keep him in the U.S. title picture, I guess, or maybe have him feud with LA Knight or something. I think Damian would be great if he turned heel again.
Oh yeah, I mean, bro, him in the Judgment Day and everything like that, being that heel was amazing, bro. He was so
Yeah.
good working like that. Once again, I mean, you saying he just looks strong. He is that main event talent and everything like that, and he's just so great. It's just another reason, bro. That Judgment Day faction was such a great idea. Finn put all them over, built them up as well. You know, obviously it was them too. They did it for themselves, but really the Rhea and Damien just skyrocketed after the Judgment
Yeah.
Day stuff like that. And what's crazy is that they were already pretty, pretty big for themselves. And then after the
Yeah. Well,
Judgment Day,
they
they
just
just
needed that extra push. Yeah.
yeah, they just
They
went
just
for
need
it.
that little push. Yeah.
Yep.
I just think if like once Cody wins the title back, like him and Damien, with
Oh,
Damien being a heel, I think would be fire. That'd be great.
it'd be really good.
Uh, After that, main event time: Jey Uso versus Logan Paul. I think we all expected. I don't think any of us expected Logan Paul to win here.
No.
Uh, but you texted me and you're like, Q Cody. And that makes more sense. But I was kind of hoping that Roman Reigns would come just because John Cena brought up the whole family aspect
Yeah,
in that
yeah,
little
yeah.
promo. So that was just a little that was extra me. It doesn't make sense for him to show up there. It makes sense for him more so to show up like on the CM Punk and Seth Rollins issue. But when Cody Rhodes, I was excited. I'm not gonna lie. I miss Cody, dude. I miss
Yeah.
Cody. A lot of people can say what the fuck they want about Cody Rhodes, but you can't deny that SmackDown has felt a void since he's been gone. We don't have that big baby face. We don't have that main baby face on SmackDown. What? Who is it?
We were saying the same thing about Roman, bro. Man,
Oh,
he just fit into that spot
right.
perfectly in the end because we
And
were saying
so,
every single time Roman was gone, we said, "God, bro, we feel that void. He's gone. He's gone." Cody
yeah.
leaves for a little bit, and now we're like, "Damn."
I feel that way. I feel that way about Cody Rhodes. I feel that way. Like
No,
I
yeah,
miss
yeah,
him, dude.
yeah.
Like
Nothing wrong
and
with it. I'm
and
just saying it's
and
crazy.
people like people still want to dog on Cody, but it's like, dude, like he is the face of the company right now, and
Yeah,
so he's a presence, and when he's not there, you feel that he's not there, and so I feel like SmackDown has been missing him, to be honest. So it was excited to see him back. Logan, this guy, dude. And Logan's another one where it's like people just don't want to fucking stop hating him. People can't take away their personal opinions on
yes,
Logan
bro.
Paul and take him
Yes.
away from the wrestler. Logan Paul is a wrestler. It's phenomenal, and we know that, and WWE knows that because they're putting him in another. Not only was he the main event of Saturday night main event tonight. Now you're telling me he's going to be in a spot with Cody Rhodes, John Cena, and Jey Uso. Those three, probably arguably the biggest names in WWE currently. You're putting Logan Paul in that match. Like, dude,
Insane.
WWE thinks the world of Logan Paul. And I'm telling you, he is going to be world champion eventually. He's going to be world champion eventually. The things he's going to do, the publicity he's going to bring when he becomes world champion, you're telling me TKO, especially with this money making TKO now, like they're not going to want that. Like, I just don't understand. People can't put the personal opinions of them aside
It's
because
always so annoying.
this guy, dude, is fucking legit.
Yeah, it's always so annoying. I mean, we've talked about that plenty of times, bro. As far as yes, I get it. He was a YouTuber. Yes, that's how he really started. Obviously with the Vine and TikTok, YouTube, everything like that. I get it. Social media. This dude is in there and making everyone speechless every single time. He is an athlete. This dude shuts the naysayers up every single time. Bro, off the cuff, like even back in the day, I say back in the day, what was it, 2 years ago now, whenever he faced Roman, we were like, bro, he's already getting a title shot against Roman. What was it, in Saudi?
Yeah,
Shined.
yeah. And that match was
Shined.
fire.
That
Yeah, that was one of
shined in
Roman.
that match, bro.
That was one of Roman's best matches in his
Yes, and
title
then
run.
it was against a YouTuber, bro. Like, get out of here.
Yeah,
Like, so at this point, I mean, yes, it's just the haters, bro. It's just people who just can't. You're right, just can't get that personal bias of him and everything like that without even looking at what the hell he's doing. And he's great.
yeah, dude. Yeah. So now Cody Rhodes comes out, saves the day. Jey Uso gets the dub and challenges them to a tag team match: John Cena, Logan Paul versus Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso.
Mhm.
That's what you know what I mean? Like, dude, think about if you're Logan, like this guy, and think like this guy is in that spot. Like, that's just insane to me. That's insane to me that he's going to be tag team partners with John Cena and
Yeah,
facing Cody Rhodes, who is the face of the company, and Jey Uso, who is arguably the hottest babyface currently right now in the roster. Like, what a spot to be in. And I think it's gonna be fire. I think it's gonna be fire. To be honest with you.
No, yeah, I can't wait for it. I mean, even though it was something that we already knew, so it wasn't like the, oh my gosh, bro, when did this match get like no, we we heard a little bit of whispers, nothing too crazy, but nonetheless, even hearing it actually be called official, it's just like, ooh boy, we in for a treat.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Ultimately, like I said earlier, I was entertained with the show. Did
Yeah,
we
I
need
was
it?
entertained.
No. But I'm also not going to complain about more wrestling. This is more wrestling. It gave us something to watch tonight. Gave us something to talk about tonight. Things happened. Bronson Reed came back. Cody
Yeah,
Rhodes came
had
back.
its moments.
It still felt bigger. It still felt bigger than a Monday Night Raw and a SmackDown. But it also just felt like a really good Monday Night Raw. So ultimately, I have no complaints. I thought it was decent. And we'll see where we go from here on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious with Cody Rhodes. I'm curious how often John Cena is going to be there. Because, dude, his appearances are dwindling down, dude. His appearances are dwindling down. It's coming faster and faster.
This is one part. I mean, so thinking about that in the back of my mind constantly, as far as like he only has a certain amount of dates that he's going to work. That's it. And then he keeps on saying, "About the end of the year, I'm done." Like that's it for him. And tonight, even though obviously history with our truth, always saying John Cena's my hero, yada yada. Like it's funny. Like yeah, okay, it was bound to happen. But it's like, bro, if we only have a select amount of dates, and you're telling me we're just going to do a quick squash match like this, bro, we could have picked something
Well, not
else.
only that, I kind of just want him to turn. I kind of just want him to turn babyface already, just because the crowd even wants him to, dude. The crowd is still cheering him.
Did you?
Like, yes, they
I
boo
love
him, but like they're still cheering him at the same time.
they surprised him, bro, because they even you can't wrestle. Yes, you can. And bro, he heard it.
Yeah,
Like even it caught him off guard. Like the fact that shit,
yeah.
okay, y'all y'all switch
We
it up
just,
on me.
dude, like if this is the last run, we don't want to boo him. Like we want to enjoy this, and
Yeah,
we still are. And this is, and he's gonna turn babyface before he calls it. But like, I don't know. I just want, like, personally, I just wanted to see him just take on these big heels and be the vintage John Cena. This has still been great. It's still been entertaining. It's still been
yeah,
different.
very different.
But I just think we're getting to the point where it's like, okay, dude, these dates are dwindling, and I do want to see you be good again. Like I want to see you be same regular John Cena. Um,
It still blows my mind that we
Nonetheless,
already got the Randy match. It still blows my mind.
same. I thought that's what we were gonna end. Like I wanted to see good John Cena versus heel Randy, like we always do. Like I wanted to
Yep.
see that. So and I guess you never know. We could, but they did say this was that was the last match. So
Yeah.
so who knows? What else we got, dude? Anything else
Uh, uh
other
just
than Dom just
uh,
having like the best roster in the world?
I mean, I have it pulled up already. If you want to bring it up, yeah, boy, it, my boy Thanos, bro.
Yeah, he really
Who
is.
else? Who else, bro? Who else is he needing as a Infinity Gauntlet?
I can't think.
Let's run it
I
down.
can't
Let's
think
run
of
it down.
another wrestler.
Let's run it down. You got Mommy. You got Rhea Ripley. Then now he has his current girlfriend, like that trend on TikTok right now, Liv Morgan. You had the little thing where Tiffany asked, "Hey, do I get to take him with me? I need a little dirty in my life." She gave him them eyes, so we'll go ahead and add her to the list. And then recently, bro, he got a gift from an up and coming Roxanne
Hmm.
Perez, bro. Got some chicken nuggies. Ooh, she gave him those
And that's
eyes.
that look she gave him. Yeah, that looked,
Boy,
bro. Yes, dude.
yeah, boy.
I
He
know.
got four. He got four.
Yeah, and I don't want to take credit, but from the jump, I did say Dominik Mysterio was going to surpass Rey Mysterio's legacy, and and I put out a video on one on our socials a long time ago about how his roster was already and his accomplishments were already better than Rey Mysterio's because he went from Rhea Ripley to Liv Morgan.
Yep.
And now it's even more solidified, dude. It's even more solidified. This I don't think there's ever been another wrestler since we've been watching wrestling that's got the swag like Dom.
Yeah.
Just not nobody.
Yeah.
And then you didn't even mention his girl back home. His girl back home, his actual wife.
His actual wife, Maria, good for him. Good for him.
Yeah. So
Good
yeah,
for him.
dude's
So
a fucking pimp, dude.
if
Dude
he,
is a
if
fucking
okay,
pimp.
just for shits and gigs, he needs two more. Who does he get? Let's say he gets two more. Who does he get? Like to where you go, oh my gosh, that's it, bro. He can retire. Like he's done. He's
Well,
it.
I think he could honestly retire now. I can't think of another wrestler that has the roster that he does. Well, because I mean, think about it. Like who? Like Randy Orton dated,
Stacy.
I say dated. Like
Yeah.
he dated Stacy Keibler for a little bit, which
Yeah.
that's impressive. Um, didn't somebody date Tori for a little bit?
Billy Kidman.
Well, they dated in real life,
They
but
did in
then
real life. Tess?
like
Was it
character
Tess?
wise, no. Tess was with Stacy Keibler before, and
Okay.
then he had tried to get with Tori, and then they ended
Hey,
up doing that whole
Vince
thing.
had Sable.
Yeah,
Vince had Sable.
yeah. Jeff Hardy
Uh,
and Trish had a little thing before.
Jeff
I don't
Hardy
know
and
if you remember back in
Trish.
the day.
Batista Molina.
Uh, Triple H had China and Stephanie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who else?
Mm,
There hasn't been much, dude. That's what I'm saying. There's not really people that have the accomplishments that Dom have.
I mean, Matt Cardona got Chelsea, even though that's real. But that's real.
That's real. I'm talking about just like
Yeah,
character
story.
wise. Yeah.
Mm.
I don't think there is anybody, dude.
Did,
Nonetheless,
did James Ellsworth have Carmella?
yeah, that was like part of the story. Yep. But see, that's still one. Dom's already. I mean,
Well,
really, it's only two. But yes, I get. That's why they throw Tiffany in and then Roxanne. I guess ultimately, I think he's already there. But if you had to throw somebody else, let's see.
Jada.
Yeah. If he had a Jada, dude, then I'd honestly go and beat his ass myself, to be honest. So
What he pulls like a Jada and let's say like Nikita Lyon, bro.
yeah, he'd have to get his ass beat for sure.
If he done, bro.
Yeah, that would be too much, bro. That'd be too much.
I love the fact
Nah,
that this tweet he posted it says at this point Dominik Mysterio roster even more impressive than WWE's, and then he tweets out, "Bro, I'm speechless. Who comes up with all this stuff?"
even Finn too. Even Finn tweeted at him. And he's like, "What'd you get up to last night, mate?"
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think they're gonna do that whole story where like Finn's trying to get rid of Liv.
Yeah.
He's gonna try to be doing that. He's
He
gonna be
brought
trying
her
to
in.
doing
He's
that.
gonna take her out, bro.
Yeah, just because like he don't like because ever since she got there, Dom is like shining now,
Yeah.
and so I think he's gonna try to get. That's why he's gonna try to cause some friction between him and Liv. So I'm curious where that goes as well.
Like I said, I'm just looking, but I'm just looking. And it's just a very impressive roster right there, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Good for him.
Mm-hmm.
Good for Dom.
Yep. Anything else, dude? It's been pretty slow. I mean, obviously we had Raw and SmackDown, but I mean, we could talk about those later. The White Six is back.
White Six is back. Happy belated
We'll
birthday
see where that
to,
goes.
to the legend
Bray
Bray
Wyatt.
Wyatt, R.I.P.
Yeah.
We had a great promo with Tiffany, Charlotte, and Alexa. It was nice to see Alexa,
Mm-hmm.
going at Tiffy and everything like that. Building up whatever storyline they're going to do with Charlotte and Alexa. I'm really excited to see all that. But on it, like really though, like it's cool to see Alexa back.
Yeah, for sure.
She was one.
Sure. I just hope
I really enjoyed her back
know,
today. So even now back, it's like it's great.
yeah. Well, and like we said before, like I kind of just want them to keep her away from the White Six. But that's still to be determined. I don't know. I mean, they're both on the same brand, so
She over here talking about
I
you
find
always
it
make friends.
yeah. I find it very hard to think that they're not going to have them cross paths. So, but personally, yes, I want them to keep them. I want them to keep her away. Like I like what they have going with her and Charlotte because I think that they're going to do like kind of like the old heads versus the new heads generation. Like the old heads are going to stick together and the new heads are going to have to stick together. So, because now you have Charlotte and Alexa talking back and forth, and you have this new blood in Tiffany, and then you have this new blood in Jade. But then Bianca's still on SmackDown. She comes back next week. Like she may side with. I would love to see that whole type of thing play out. But that's it, dude. We got Money in the Bank in 2 weeks, so we'll be doing another one of these because it seems like every 2 weeks or so we have some type of PLE or main event type deal. So, but if you have nothing else, bro, then we'll catch you guys next week.
All right, later, guys.